The story begins in a remote cabin in the middle of the forest, where a woman named Breener witnesses her husband being brutally murdered by gangsters. The killers then dug a large hole and threw both bodies into it, believing that they had eliminated all witnesses. But they didn't know that Breener was still alive because the bullets didn't hit her vital areas. Breener was a soldier trained in elite combat skills, while her husband, Dylan, was a police officer. It all started when Breener and Dylan were on their way to a holiday destination. While driving, a man in a truck overtook them aggressively on the road, while making obscene comments and harassing Breener. Later, the couple stopped at a roadside restaurant to take a break. While Dylan went to the bathroom, Breener sat alone at an outside table, unaware that their nightmare had just begun. Just then, the man from the truck, Butch, reappears and approaches Breener, escalating his harassment. This time, he was even more aggressive, hurling vulgar insults with the intention of provoking emotion.
Yeah, well, you're being an asshole.
What a mouth you got there.
Think I've got something to shut that mouth, Butch?
Hey, we got a problem?
As the tension peaks, Dylan comes out of the bathroom. Seeing the confrontation, he immediately intervenes and a heated verbal argument ensues between Dylan and Butch. The situation was about to get out of hand when an elderly lady from the restaurant came and intervened. She calmly stood between the two men, easing the tension. She then turned to Breener and Dylan, smiled warmly and said that the townspeople were not used to seeing cute couples like them pass by. He then apologized on behalf of Butch. Dylan, who seemed to be calming down, sincerely thanked the woman for her timely intervention and kindness. The couple continued on their way, looking for a beautiful spot in the forest to spend the night. As they began to set up their tent, a policewoman approached them and struck up a conversation with Breener. The officer gave a friendly warning, explaining that the locals in the area were rather strange and often unfriendly towards outsiders. She suggested that they be careful if they planned to stay there. Grateful for her advice, the couple decided to change plans and opted for a walk exploring the area instead of camping. After the officer left, they continued their journey through the forest. Dylan playfully asked Breener if they should go left or right. Breener confidently chose left. As they stepped in that direction, a sudden downpour of rain began. Fortunately, they found a small cabin and decided to take shelter inside. At first, they enjoyed the warm moment together, joking lightly about the weather. But Breener's curiosity got the better of her. As Dylan enjoys the romantic atmosphere, Breener's curiosity leads her to explore the cabin. He went into another room and found a hidden compartment. When he opened it, his heart sank. Inside was a stockpile of ammunition. Quickly, Breener called Dylan, telling him to check if there was anything suspicious outside. Dylan agreed that they should leave the cabin immediately. But before they could escape, Butch suddenly ambushed them from behind, knocking them unconscious with the butt of his gun.
Get the hell out of here.
When they wake up, they find themselves bound and trapped in a dimly lit room. The nightmare begins. Butch tortures Dylan mercilessly and forces Breener to watch. She endured horrific psychological and emotional torture.
Who sent you? Nobody. We're on vacation.
The situation becomes even more dire when one of Butch's men enters the room and reveals a shocking fact: Dylan is a cop. The revelation only made matters worse as Breener realized their captors would do anything to silence them. Butch paused for a moment, panic evident in his eyes. He stepped into the room, looked at Dylan, and for a moment seemed remorseful. "I didn't know you were a cop," he muttered, his voice wavering. "I owe you guys an apology." But before another word could be spoken, Butch pulled the trigger and shot them both without hesitation.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He then ordered his men to dispose of their bodies. Dylan and Breener were dragged to a deep pit and thrown into it without ceremony. The scene switches to a flashback, where Breener is seen undergoing rigorous training to become a soldier. The focused look in her eyes, her disciplined movements and her unwavering strength show that Breener is no ordinary woman. She is a formidable fighter, someone who can make enemies think twice before challenging her. As the story returns to the present, Breener wakes up after the chaos. Miraculously, the bullet only grazed her, causing a deep wound and a lot of blood loss, but did not kill her. When he came to, his first instinct was to check on Dylan. The devastating reality hit him: Dylan was gone. Swallowing his grief, he covered Dylan's body with small twigs of farewell in the middle of the wilderness. Back at the campsite, Breener is overcome with grief and guilt. He blamed himself for Dylan's death, haunted by the fact that this was his idea. The weight of regret almost took his breath away. But her resolve strengthens as she remembers who she really is: a trained fighter, a survivor. The thought of letting Dylan's killer go free was unbearable. Breener vowed to bring justice for her husband's death. She would hunt them down, no matter what it took. With unwavering fervor, she picked up her axe and embarked on her mission of vengeance. Her steps were steady, her goal clear: justice for Dylan. Meanwhile, Butch returned to his mother's house. Inside the house is tense and threatening. Butch and his sons, including Crewy, torture a woman, exposing their brutality. Butch, drunk with power, grabbed the woman and forcefully kissed her as she struggled to break free. The townspeople live in fear of Butch and his family, who have kidnapped women and committed atrocities with impunity.
I told you we should have kept that pretty camper. Might have been helpful around the kitchen.
As Butch was enjoying his dirty behavior, his mother walked into the room and told him to eat quickly as there was work to be done. Unbeknownst to them, Breener was preparing his next move. He makes a sharp wooden weapon and quickly ambushes and kills one of Butch's men, the first step in his path of vengeance.
Thought you were dead.
It was clear that he did not enjoy the brutal act, but he knew it was necessary. After killing the man and hiding his body, he disappeared into the forest, like a shadow moving with purpose. His mission continues. He hunted down the next target and killed him with precision. He also wounded another man, cutting off his leg, but instead of killing him, he simply watched the man crawl away, a mercy or perhaps a warning.
You killed my husband. You all die. Run, rabbit, run.
Determined to destroy Butch's power, Breener sets fire to an important cabin. A huge explosion shakes the forest.
Go see what those two idiots are up to.
Yes, Mom.
Sheriff Hobbs, an old man with a gun, hears the sound of the explosion and goes to investigate. The explosion also attracted the attention of Butch and his mother. Seeing smoke from the direction of the cabin, Butch felt uneasy. Without hesitation, his mother told him to investigate. While traveling through the forest, Butch found one of his men badly injured from Breener's attack. He quickly loads him into his truck and heads off in search of help, unaware that Breener is hiding in the back of his truck, watching and waiting for the right moment. Upon returning home with the bad news, Butch faced his mother's wrath. He is scolded and slapped for being a failure. The tension between them signaled that their power was beginning to crumble. His mother ordered him to find a group of outsiders, who were known to be tough, in order to strengthen their army.
You do. It wasn't me. Still alive. She killed her.
You shot that Jezebel and she is still alive. You had one simple task and you couldn't handle it. Better fix this.
Mama.
He then visits an old acquaintance, a reclusive scholar who has access to records. She asked him to investigate Breener's background. As the man goes through the documents, he discovers a shocking fact: Breener is no ordinary woman, but a former soldier with elite training. Butch and his mother realize that they are up against an enemy far more dangerous than they thought.
First female ranger.
Meanwhile, Sheriff Hobbs continues to go deeper into the jungle and discovers the body of one of Butch's men. He immediately sent a report to headquarters, informing them of the violence in the area. Breener, on the other hand, continued to meticulously set up traps in the woods to counter whoever was hiding in the vicinity. When Hobbs' team arrived, they identified the corpse as a member of a notorious group led by a woman known as Mother. An officer explains that the entire forest is controlled by Mother, an influential and feared woman. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, Hobbs requested an immediate meeting with Mother. A young woman at the base immediately informed Mother of Hobbs' planned arrival. As it turns out, the young woman is part of Mother's network. Shortly thereafter, sheriff's deputies report the discovery of a body in the forest. But Mother pretends not to know and instead makes up a story that the man committed suicide. Even though he knew she was lying, Sheriff Hobbs chose not to confront her. He keeps quiet and leaves with his men, his misgivings growing.
You're saying he committed suicide?
Yeah.
Stabbed himself in the ribcage 6 times.
I don't want that sheriff anywhere around here. You understand me?
That night, Mother and her children mourned the death of their colleague. They drank themselves into a stupor and fell asleep. Butch woke up drunk, unaware that danger awaited him. As he walked into the room, Breener was waiting for him in the shadows. Without hesitation, she lunged at Butch and slit his throat, revenge for her husband's death. She stood still, watching Butch breathe his last. Staying hidden, Breener saw a horrifying reality: a man dragging a young girl into a room and locking her in. As Breener investigated further, she discovered many other girls held captive. Touched by their plight, Breener is determined to free them.
I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? I'll be okay.
But suddenly, one of the girls screams out to warn of guards. A gunman entered and immediately opened fire, killing one girl. Breener remained calm and soon dispatched the man with his fighting skills. He takes a girl named Emily into the woods and finds a hiding place. Mother, who received news of Butch's death and the girl's escape, was overcome with anger and grief. She ordered her troops to hunt down Breener at all costs. They mobilized sniffer dogs and search teams. In the forest, one of Mother's men found Breener's hideout, but was trapped and killed.
Get your ass over here, girl.
Breener then shoots another enemy dead. That night, Breener and Emily sit together in peace. Emily, frightened, reveals that she is pregnant and afraid that her mother will find her. Breener promises to protect her and help her start a new life.
Baby, which means it's mama's. They sell us and replace us with other girls. Every few months, there's a shipment.
The next day, Emily is caught. But Breener arrives just in time and kills the kidnappers. Sheriff Hobbs was also on site and was shot in the leg. Breener removed the attacker and brought Hobbs to safety.
Don't worry about it. Come on, we have to hurry.
He warns them that they must mislead the enemy into not continuing to hunt the location. Breener and Emily head down the river and are reunited with the policewoman who warned them earlier. She tells them to get into her car. Both fall asleep from exhaustion. When they woke up, they were surrounded by Mother and her men. It turns out that the policewoman is a traitor working for Mother. They begin to torture Emily and Breener. In desperation, Emily confessed that she was pregnant with Butch's child. Hearing this, Mother orders Emily to be separated. Breener was imprisoned, awaiting torture. But Emily secretly sneaks in, feeds and kills the guards. She freed Breener.
Emily, listen to me. It's okay.
Together, they entered the room where Mother and her men were gathered. A fierce battle broke out. Breener fought back ferociously, eliminating enemies one by one.
Are resilient.
Amidst the chaos, Mother holds Emily hostage with a knife to the neck. When Breener is attacked from behind, Mother slits Emily's throat. No! Breener killed her attacker, but by the time she reached Emily's side, the girl was gone.
You don't deserve this. I'm so sorry.
3 months later, Mother sat in her garden. A message arrived, Judgment Day. Before she can react, a bullet pierces her head. From a distance, Breener watched, her revenge complete. With his mission accomplished, Breener walked away, leaving the past behind. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy, hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. You should watch the full movie. Thank you very much for watching.